Developing new details tonight on a Mesa man living in limbo.
The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office auctioned off his mobile home because he owed about $220 in back taxes.
It's a mix-up between MCSO and the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
Team 12's Bianca Bono is live for us in the Alert Center. And Bianca, this story has definitely hit a nerve. There is a ton of community support coming out for this man.
Yeah, Mark Ribe, dozens of people calling 12 News asking to help, some even creating GoFundMe pages. But it's not that simple because we're told the buyer does not want to sell the mobile home back. Now, as government agencies point fingers, one elected official is trying to come up with a long-term solution so nothing like this happens again.
I want to stay in my home. I mean, it's my home.
Jim Borner still can't believe his days in his Mesa home might be numbered. Have you thought about what your plan would be?
There's no plan. How do you plan for that?
After getting a notice from the Maricopa County Treasurer's Office that MCSO would auction off his mobile home if he didn't pay his back taxes by June 30th, he made a payment on June 13th.
Unfortunately, 7 days later, the sheriff held an auction, sold his mobile home under it.
The Treasurer's Office says the Sheriff's Office is to blame, but MCSO saying it didn't know Jim made the payment. And it's now asking the County Attorney's Office if there is any legal way to reverse the sale.
I don't care whose fault it is. Solve the problem.
A spokesperson for Maricopa County Treasurer Royce Flora telling 12 News Flora is willing to pay $15,000 out of his own pocket to try and buy back the home for Jim, asking Sheriff Penzone to front an additional $10,000.
I've already had conversations with a few other groups to see what we can do as the Sheriff's Office to help facilitate the needs of this individual.
Meantime, State Representative Bob Thorpe is working on a long-term solution to prevent something like this from happening again. Thorpe believes mobile homeowners should have the same amount of time as traditional homeowners to pay delinquent taxes.
We want them to be treated with the same kind of deference as a person with a traditional home.
And we did briefly speak with the man who bought the mobile home earlier this week, who says he has raised his asking price because the story was given media attention. We've tried contacting him again to find out what he would be willing to sell the mobile home back for, but so far he has not returned our calls. We're live in the Alert Center. Bianca Bono, 12 News at 10.
Okay, Bianca, the latest